Hello, Boundless citizens. Boundmore here in yet another fortnightly episode. Still in my spooky paint and outfit. You might find it weird, but then again, a large part of this episode is going to be about the spooky time. Hooray!
Abacore.
Let's start here. The Earthbusters Halloween building competition. Comparing to my last visit here, just at the start of the Halloween event, we got new contestants, and all projects have been completed and put to scrutiny of voters. Let's take a look at what's been done here. Some builds are simple, like a statue and some decor around. Everything there is to see is in front of your eyes. You can basically see everything standing on the street. But there are also more complex projects, not just a frame to look at from outside, but also interiors to explore. Although I won't venture to show all of it here. Instead, I encourage you to visit and discover all of the details in person. I think diversity was one of the reasons picking one project to vote for was so difficult, apart from the sheer quality of work on display. It's just the contestants went for ideas so different that they belong to quite different categories, and one general building contest meant that voters had to decide what they really appreciate more. Is it the choice of theme and how close it fits the occasion? Or is it complexity of the build? Or maybe the unexpected twist and creativity? Or even its comic value? Speaking of that, just check out this little creation by Dutch. It's in the end of the line of builds, so visitors could easily have had their mind made up if it comes to voting. But then, how can you not appreciate this? At first sight, simple, but when you read the signs and approach the portal in the middle that is used as a soul reading mirror, the creativity of it all and the comedy, completely different take on the subject. Just like the two huge legs sticking out of the ground, that looks like some impact site. Hard to understand what you are looking at first, but then the name of the project creates this I see moment and appreciation of creative thinking behind it. It's just what I mentioned already. The range of ideas or types of builds here made it really difficult to pick just one and not to feel sorry for the ones you must leave behind in your vote. I wouldn't mind to have an option to vote for a few, or have one pick in separate categories like interior build, statue exterior build category, and then maybe separately creative build. Although it wouldn't be easy to implement or even categorize, so in the end it was all good the way it went. And it went this way. First prize went to The Melting Pumpkin by Dreaming. Second flew right to the Rest Stop Cemetery by Chikula and the Guild. Third landed on the lap of Toots Boots and the Crushed Witch. Halloween is not just about dedicated sites and competitions though. People build a lot of seasonal stuff. Well, pretty much everyone would place some of the decorations around portals and their main base, so the urtis, the bats, the spiders. But some really spend time to actually build new stuff. Some of it will then be removed, but some stays for good. Because it's so, well, good. It can be something simple, like the pixel art around Hive Hub. Simple but effective. A pumpkin, a bloody zombie or ghoul head. This one is hiding in the dark, so let's take a closer look and shine some light on it. The problem with pixel art is that from up close it's sometimes hard to say what it is, And in this case, from afar, it's just in the dark, so you can't see it. Some go for more sophisticated projects, like entire area transformed. Not just items and objects or statues that fit the special time, but also terraformed ground, added grass and flora, and of course lighting, all working together towards the final spooky effect. Absolutely amazing work here, just like entire Brandywine, because that's where it is placed. My all-time favorite is on Cercapros just outside New Nixia. Nixia. How do you spell it, guys? Anyways, it's been there for a few years now, and it never fails to make me stop and admire every time when I'm around. Last but not least, you can find this Halloween pyramid on Revgar. Although I'm not sure if it's gonna be permanent. Maybe the pyramid has been here before, a permanent build, and is just redecorated for different occasions. It might well be gone at the time you see this video, but don't be shy to call in and visit. Maybe it's still standing. And this city is worth visiting anyways. I can't remember the name of the city, sadly. I always called it the Kiss City in my head. So, these are some examples of Halloween builds and decor that players do. Just a small and random sample, of course. There is way more out there waiting to be discovered by you. As for my Halloween time, I have to say I didn't spend a second harvesting orbs, as I had enough left from previous year. So instead I went after Urtis to try and complete my color collection. And that meant opening my reclaim and checking my foliage collection. I had quite a lot of them Urtis already, but still around 150 colors were missing. And that's where I got after checking my stock of foliage. I then went on shopping spree, and after checking a few smaller shops I landed in Sydney Market, where I found a lot of what I was missing. So in the end I could tick most of the proverbial boxes, and it looks kinda complete at first sight, but there are actually 5 colors I'm still missing, as you can see on my sexy note here. I shall go after them at some stage, no pressure, I have time. The Urti hunt wasn't my only activity last 2 weeks. I did a lot of normal stuff, Halloween unrelated. More specifically, I kept working on my Loch project. I took a break from the caves and tunneling and instead went back to actual lake build. First of all, I finally went after lighting. Up until now it was pretty much dark when walking along the arches here, bar some gleam blocks placed randomly around to help to see something actually. So I crafted some violet deco gleam and stone poles to make lighting setup like you can see right now. Basically the stone poles acting as stands and lattice chiseled deco gleam as the lamps. So all floors got the lighting, but also windows got ornate glass all around. No more empty gaping holes in the walls. Just a quick walk around to give you the window and lighting effect when looking from outside as well. I also built this little house as a transition between still unfinished corridors inside the cliff and the second level of the arches. Pretty satisfied with how it looks, especially that in this case I didn't have any plan and improvised from the bottom up to the glass roof and corner towers. Completely unplanned when I started this house, but I finished like this. Finally, it was time to build the second bridge slash dam. You already know this one, the taller one, where water level goes 2 plots down. The water level difference at the other bridge slash dam is only one plot, so I finally connected the two cliffs, one tall and one pretty small, but still. Then, similarly to the first bridge, I built a centerpiece and several columns, and also small towers on both ends. All of them features have holes allowing water to flow from the higher level part of the lake to the lower one. I have this one additional, maybe a bit mad idea on how to finish things off here, but I will have to experiment first to see if I like the final effect before I commit to crafting and or buying all the material needed to do it, which will be a couple of thousand of blocks. We shall see. Now I just enjoy the overview. Whenever I'm online and around Loch, I always take a minute to look at it, especially at night, and simply contemplate the amazing beauty of light and sky and weather effects of Boundless. We do really have a gem on our hands. Boundless, that is. Anyways, time to say our goodbyes, folks. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please like and share if you think Fortnightly series is worth forwarding to others, and remember to stay boundless.
Antubio.